January always feels a lot harder than people admit, and I'm surprised more people don't talk about this. January is meant to feel like a fresh start, it's meant to feel motivating. Well, that's how people initially feel, and I feel like the build up towards it, like especially when it's November, December, people feel that towards January, new year, new me. But trust me, if you're feeling behind and you're feeling like messed up my goals, you are literally not the only one. And I promise you, it's not down to laziness. There's literally a psychological factor behind this. The reality is, January comes with a lot of unspoken pressure that no one talks about. Suddenly, we're all meant to be locked in, we're all meant to be disciplined and all about our goals. But that's never sustainable if you weren't doing it months prior. Like, I had a couple things I wanted to implement for the new year, but I started it 2 weeks before. Like, for me, the second I want to do something, I'm basically going to start doing it or implement it within the next week or in a few days. I'm not going to wait till the new year. This wasn't always me, but it's definitely a good habit to have. I think the worst thing that everyone is a victim of is the fresh start effect. It's literally a thing in psychology. It's basically when our brains treat new months like a Monday or the first of a month or a new year like a reset button. And then the second like you're not doing things on point, you feel like you've messed everything up, so you're going to start again on a Monday or the first day of the month. But the thing is, and this is the biggest thing I've learned, and it's helped me a lot with the gym, because I've been going to the gym for 8 years and it hasn't always been easy, especially with my mind. And because even like this time last year, like I would feel so like crap if I had a bad gym session, but now I don't feel any way about it, because the gym, it's never linear. It's really about consistency, and that's literally everything in life. And I think, especially with the gym for me, I think seeing it from a mental health standpoint and my physical health rather than the aesthetic did help a lot, but that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, I think the main thing is really it's just always showing up. If you didn't stick to the plan, you haven't messed up. If you have a bad gym session or you missed something today, you can just go again tomorrow. I think the worst thing is when we wait for the next week, because you are missing days of progress. I always remember, if you start 6 months earlier, you would be 6 months ahead. And that's the same with anything week in, week out. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, I've had a week where I haven't gone to the gym, and the worst part was my mind before used to feel so negative about it, but we are literally human. And now my mind's just completely changed towards it, because most of the time I'm actually pretty consistent now. I think when that mindset used to proper get to my head, that's when sometimes I would go weeks not going to the gym. Like, it was so toxic. I'd be like, oh well, I didn't go last week, so what difference does it make going this week? But no, that is like a dangerous mindset. The worst thing I think everyone has, well, not everyone, but a lot of people has the all or nothing type of mindset. And when you have that, it's like you're going to hinder yourself all the time, because even the most consistent people you see, people with like banging bodies, sorry, my best example is gym, but generally this goes for anything in life that you're like building towards and working towards and requires discipline. But yeah, like even people you see and think online, they have bad weeks too. They weren't always like that, and they might show up every single week, but not every gym session is good. Like it's even weird. Like even me, sometimes I go to the gym and I feel like I'm not feeling things right, and it's just so weird. Like, I've been consistent for weeks, but it happens. We have off days, and sometimes even if you're not feeling it, doesn't mean you didn't achieve anything, you didn't burn any calories, you didn't like use any muscles. But yeah, I will say January specifically is actually a hard month for us to put a lot of pressure on ourselves, because a lot of people are trying to get back into routine after like the holiday season. People feel unmotivated, it's cold, it's just some people feel stressed, like they feel tired. But yeah, I think the worst thing about the fresh start effect is a lot of people feel like, yeah, this is the new me, like there's no going back to how I was before. But this is so unrealistic, and there's a big gap between like reality and that unrealistic thought. My camera stopped working, I think the lighting changed, but whatever. Yeah, so we get tired naturally as humans. We do. You know, you have different weeks, emotions, life, you might feel ill, and that's why I say like it's never going to be linear. Like it's going to be consistent progress. That's just, it's not going to be the same week in, week out, but it's about showing up for yourself, and you're not always going to be able to show up. And also, one thing that's been really healthy for me is to think that sometimes I'm showing up for myself in other ways. Like this week, I'm in my luteal phase, and that's one thing I'm starting this year is cycle training. So I've been doing less gym, more Pilates, more walking, and today I was feeling a bit low. Like I feel like when I don't go to the gym for many days, I do feel kind of low, but I try to do other things because I'm still showing up for myself in other ways. And just because I haven't gone to the gym, it's Thursday today, I haven't been since Sunday, Doesn't mean I haven't showed up for myself. And I never go to the gym on a Sunday, by the way, but I did because I knew I was getting really exhausted, really tired. I knew this was going to be a hard, stressful week for me at work, and I knew I probably wouldn't go. Another thing as well, I think when we have these really high expectations for ourselves and then we're not this new version of ourselves that we thought we were going to be, that drops your motivation massively. And that's a big thing. You can never rely on motivation for anything. I think the best thing you can do for yourself generally is building discipline, and that can be for anything. For me personally, I feel like the gym has changed my life massively, as in I built discipline, but now it's shown me that I can build discipline in other ways, and I think it's helped me a lot. But for you, it could be something else. And also, I don't want to like heavy push this gym narrative, because I think we all need to find ways to move our bodies in ways that we enjoy it. You don't have to go to the gym. Like I feel like some people feel this pressure with the way gym culture is, and I think it's good more people go to the gym, because when I first went, not a lot of girls did go. So I like that more girls go now, and it's more easier to learn to go to the gym, like learn what to do, and information is more accessible, because when I first went, it wasn't like that. But please do not think that if you don't go to the gym or you're not getting your 10k steps in, that you're not doing your best, because your best is not what everyone else's best is. And another thing I'll say that relates to moving your body in a way that you actually enjoy is that's how you'll be consistent, because consistency is, you can only be consistent if you're doing something that is repeatable and easy for you. Remember, consistency doesn't mean pushing harder. It means choosing something you can actually repeat. Discipline is you showing up when you don't want to. And that's another thing I'll say. For me personally with the gym, because a lot of people have asked me how I overcame that. And the more I kept going when I didn't want to go, the easier it became for me to go, because I saw how I felt after, to the point that it's just so easy for me to go now. But I also want to learn to listen to my body. If January is feeling hard for you, just remember, January is a transition. It's not a test. And also, when you have low energy, or I don't know, a day wasn't great or something, it doesn't mean there was no progress. It's just life. We're all human. And a big take, progress is usually quieter in reality versus what you see on social media. You're not behind, you're just very early in the process, and you've got to trust that long process. And patience is another thing I'm practicing this year. I hope this made you feel a bit less lonely in January. And I will say, reading up on the fresh start effect did reframe my mindset on January. I don't know if I explained it that well, but I would definitely say to read up on it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.